Buckle up, the USMCA, America's next phase toward a North American Union, is now in effect. I'm Christian Gomez, and you're watching JBS Straight Talk. As many Americans look forward to celebrating America's independence this upcoming weekend, July 1st marks the first day of the United States' increased interdependence on both Mexico and Canada via the USMCA. Yes, NAFTA's gone, at least in name anyway, but it's been replaced with an even more regionalist integration scheme. As disastrous as NAFTA was to our economy, costing the jobs of millions of Americans that soon went south across the border to Mexico and resulting in major trade imbalances in Mexico's favor, NAFTA was more than just a lopsided trade agreement. It was far more sinister. To the globalists and architects of that agreement, it represented America's regional participation in what then President George H.W. Bush often referred to as the New World Order. President George H.W. Bush was the original negotiator for NAFTA before fellow globalist Bill Clinton took office and enacted it after Congress passed the North American Free Trade Agreement Implementation Act in 1993. During consideration for that legislation, Henry Kissinger, globalist CFR luminary and former U.S. Secretary of State to Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, penned an op-ed that was published in both the Washington Post and in the Los Angeles Times. In the piece, Kissinger wrote of the significance of NAFTA, quote, "What Congress will soon have before it is not a conventional trade agreement, but the hopeful architecture of a new international system." Further elaborating, a regional Western Hemisphere organization dedicated to democracy and free trade would be a first step toward the new world order that is so frequently cited but so rarely implemented. NAFTA was just phase one in the globalist designs for regional order toward world government. Phase two is the USMCA. So what's in the USMCA, you might wonder? Certainly too much to cover in this video. Fortunately, we here at the John Birch Society have put together a brand new 11-minute video called USMCA, What America Signed On To. It details what's in the USMCA and what's wrong with it. A link to the video is provided in the description. We encourage you to not only watch it, but to forward it to others, including lawmakers and opinion molders, in order to convince them to get us out of the USMCA and keep America independent. So how exactly does the USMCA trade on our independence? To put it succinctly, the USMCA goes even further than NAFTA in harmonizing the trade, energy, labor, and manufacturing regulations of all three countries. The idea behind this harmonization is to integrate or merge the economic systems of the three nations toward the eventual creation of a North American Union, similar to the already well-advanced European Union. In addition to harmonization, the USMCA infringes on states' rights, especially where moral issues are concerned relative to labor laws. The agreement also binds us to other global governance structures, international frameworks, and treaties, some of which the United States has never ratified. For the sake of preserving American independence and liberty, it's imperative that we formally withdraw from this agreement and not replace it with NAFTA, some other regional integration scheme, or a customs union, which is where the USMCA is headed. That's phase three. Do more than just fire up the grill this July 4th. Reclaim and preserve America's independence by contacting both the Congress and President Trump and ask them to get us out of the USMCA. Say yes to independence by rejecting interdependence. Until next week, take care and God bless.